So let Kentucky Fried Chicken deny this. If they do, I'll say, prove it. I have facts and receipts to back up my recipe. Show us what yours is. The other ingredients on this list that cannot be proven through public information is from my cousins on Lee Cummings' side. Because cousin Lee was the nephew that knew the recipe, not Joe Leddington, not that bullcrap that was leaked in 2016.
No.
That's fake.
Lee Cummings, nephew of Colonel Sanders, the Colonel's sister's son, knew what the recipe was. This was proven because he was sued in court for knowing the recipe, that he could not use the recipe. Here's a snippet of proof for that. He was barred from using 5 key ingredients of the original recipe in his own recipe, so he had to change his recipe up to be able to sell it. Cousin Lee wrote down the recipe and saved it in his recipe book. I always said the recipe is not an heirloom. It was not handed down by the Colonel throughout the family. I didn't say anything about Cousin Lee.
Okay.
My grandfather and I came up with the measurement.
All right, so we know that this guy is definitely officially related to Colonel Sanders
The
because
glasses and the mustache.
Well, I was gonna say the little tie.
And is that a bolo?
No, but it's the same. If you see pictures of Colonel Sanders, he wears that same little tie.
Okay.
So that's
different category of
glasses,
tie right there. Okay.
mustache, tie, definitely related.
I haven't tried the chicken yet.
You didn't make it?
I didn't make it yet, but I did screenshot the recipe. Because, I mean, if KFC's going down,
I mean,
we
if you're
might as
going
well
to do
save
the real
recipe.
investigative journalism, and I think all investigative journalists would agree, you're going to have to make the chicken.
I'm going to have to make the chicken.
Yeah.
It's the only way to know.
That's the only way
And
to
then
know.
I'm going to have to buy a bucket.
Yeah,
of chicken.
put it in the bucket and then eat it out of the bucket to make sure that it is the right one.
See if the employees there want it and can tell the difference.
Oh,
that's how you
should
really
do
know.
that.
Yeah. So there you go. That was my weekend.
All right. That was it. That was the whole weekend right there, wrapped up.
What? I had to put that together. That's tough.
That was a lot. That's a long video.
That's a lot of information.
Screenshots and rewatching, man. That's a whole 3 minutes, isn't it?
So
Man.
if you care about chicken and KFC, you now have
You know
both.
what? I don't really like KFC chicken. Do you like
KFC
it?
chicken doesn't like you.
Oh, that's fine. I'm fine with that. I don't think it's that. I mean, it's fine.
It's just been a while since I had it.
I don't even know where a KFC is right now.
Do they got Supremes at KFC?
No. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they got some sort of tenders, but no. It's
Yeah,
no
I think that's some
Bojangles.
sort of iteration.
Okay.
But yeah, if I'm getting bucket of chicken, it's Bo box. Actually, I'm going box over bucket.
Or just the grocery store.
Well, yeah, that too.
What are the other options that exist in the
Honestly,
chicken world?
Publix chicken is real good.
KFC's had it out for them for a while.
Yeah, I mean, KFC, you do what you do, but I mean, Publix is good. Publix bucket of chicken is like $5 or something.
All right, what's worse, KFC chicken or the Carolina Panthers? Which one's worse?
Oh, gosh. I don't. This morning, Panthers. Sorry. Love y'all. Sorry.
First drive, we're looking good.
Good.
I'm like, who are we
Looking
right now?
good. Looking good. And I was all hyped. I was like, Katie, so sorry. I love you. I know we're
The
spending the
weekend's
weekend
changing.
together. But I mean, we're sitting here eating, so I might as well just turn the game on. And there I am, just enjoying it, eating lunch with her in the beautiful Western North Carolina, looking gorgeous. They're doing great. And then they let me down.
We'll have a Panthers update for you. It is part of we are one of the affiliates of the Carolina Panthers. So as much as we want to rag on them, we will continue to carry them because
And we'll continue to support them. Yes, lifelong fans.
I was telling the lady who was cutting my hair yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, have you been a Panthers fan for a long time?" And I said, "I was born into it, and I will die in it."
Right, exactly.
She
What
looked
am
at
I
me,
going to
she
do?
said, "Oh, okay."
It's a serious lady.
It's just written on your face.
This is no
sweetie,
time.
Sit down.
Well,
You
yeah,
must be a
it was
Panther
halftime.
fan.
It was halftime during the game. I popped over to get a haircut.
It just got out of control so fast.
What happened though? Because then, then I was like, okay, I'll be a nice mother and turn the game off and spend time
Right.
with my
Even
child.
after we gave up the punt return touchdown, I was like, we're still fine. I mean, we're still moving
We're
the
in
ball. We're getting first downs.
That was arguably our best strength yesterday was the ability to get first downs.
I thought we were
will
getting
say that.
first downs, and I even thought for the first little bit we were getting them off the field on third downs.
Yeah. During the first quarter.
During the first quarter.
First quarter.
Correct. And then things just got out of hand really quick, lost all momentum.
You look at the other 3 quarters, different game.
Yeah, because then when I got back in the car to go home, turn the game on, it was 35-6. So,
Little
guys,
disparaging difference.
all right, guys, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready to cheer you on to victory.
You think it was just the missed field goal, like at the PAT? Is that just
that
what,
it? That just threw
what,
him off?
What just said nah?
I mean, that
no
was
more.
Panthers, seem to how they used to be, where if they started off their first drive and it was tough, then they could never recover the rest of the game.
Now we start off really well on the first drive.
And then just
And
lay
then
an egg.
Right, but
down
special
now.
teams was supposed to be was one of our strengths going in. Kicker had been perfect.
Sure.
Even the kickoffs, he kicks these dead balls that are hard to field, but we're bad on special teams.
I know we were bad on special teams, but which was worse, special teams or defense?
Both. I think we forget that we have to get in shootouts with teams. We have to score 30 points if we want to win a game. So when we go down,
Yeah.
we score the first one, and then we're like, all right, let's dig in here. Let's, dial back our tempo a little bit. No, we need to be scoring 30.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is a race to 40 every game. And if we don't get 40, which we did not yesterday,
Nowhere close.
we're going to be in trouble.
It wasn't a shutout, though. We can say that confidently.
We can, yes.
We did not get shut
That
out.
can't happen to us.
No, no, not around here.
Cardiac cats.
Charlotte FC also had their match over the weekend. We'll get you updated on that. NASCAR Cup Series. They were racing. They're getting down one more race, I believe, before
Big
the
sports
cutoff.
weekend.
Yeah, a Ryder Cup as well. That one got really out of control.
Yeah, just tough.
Just like summer romance, will vanish for a sec, then come back messy. What? More Good Morning LKN coming up on WSIC.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. On the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Quality Car Care is your local Toyota specialist and a licensed NC inspection station. Plus, find a huge selection of quality pre-owned cars at QualityCarCareStatesville.com or call 704-871-2535.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville kicks the weekend off early on Thursday, October 2nd with the Thirsty Thursdays tournament. Member Happy Hour is Friday beginning at 5 p.m. and Sunday is the Oktoberfest. Call the 500 Club 704-872-9990 for more information on entertainment, golf lessons, memberships, and tea times. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series is in downtown Statesville. The Party Parrot Band, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, performs at 6 p.m. This free show will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College. Food and beverages will be available for purchase after 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of free music at Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. Mooresville's Festival of Food Trucks returns on Saturday. Over 15 food trucks will be on hand with live music by Dial-Up Radio. Bring a chair and your friends along Main and Broad Streets for the Festival of Food Trucks on Saturday beginning at 5 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. NASCAR's National Series return to Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The Craftsman Truck Series race will be Friday. The Xfinity Series holds the Blue Cross NC 250 on Saturday, while the Cup Series races the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. A non-stop outdoor family adventure! Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Good morning, LKN is back with more shenanigans and spotless cleaning support because this show's messier than your kitchen. WSIC, local, starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 7:18. Happy Monday to you. Got to start the week off right. Keep that head up. It's early in the season. You can do it. ICATS.com. Alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte. Cruising in the HOV lane. With David. Good morning, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. Right now, I am on 150 here in Mooresville. You got light traffic. I was my trip to Charlotte earlier this morning. You had light to moderate traffic. However, there's a couple of places you might want to keep your heads up on. At Sunset Road, there was a abandoned vehicle on the side of the road right there at the exit. The other one, to me, the other thing to really take a good look at is when you're going down the HOV lane, there is an abandoned vehicle at mile marker 14. So just be careful when you're going through that area. Give enough time and be alert, be steady, and be ready.
They got those the white towels hanging out of the windows or anything, let you know kind of their friendlies, or how's that work, David?
Well, abandoned car, the car in the HOV lane, I couldn't see. It was rather dark, but on the way back, I seen the Chevrolet truck, which doesn't need a rag hanging out the window. It's a Chevrolet truck.
Good one. Thanks, David.
My brothers live. Yeah.
we so appreciate you this morning. Looking forward to chat with you at 8:15. Hopefully things are still running smooth for you guys.
Absolutely. Y'all take care. God bless.
Likewise. See ya. RedICATS.com, $1 from your front door each day to run errands around Iredell County. $1 on Tuesdays. You can go to the VA in Salisbury. Thursday, you can go to Winston-Salem. Friday, you can go to Hickory. It's only $1 from your front door in Iredell County. You've just got to schedule it. RedICATS.com.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, the bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Word of the day.
Today's word of the day is vociferous. Vociferous.
Vociferous.
Yes, this word sounds familiar.
It does. I was just thinking that.
Does sound familiar, but I don't know if we've used it or not. Anyway, today's word of the day, vociferous. It is a adjective, so it's descriptive. VOCIFEROUS. Vociferous.
Vociferous.
Never heard this word.
Vociferous. Word of the day. Bill giving us a word. We're going to guess a definition. It is an
anything
adjective.
to do with like singing or talking, like voice?
Let me provide some context clues.
Okay. Do you want to be vociferous?
I would imagine at times.
Oh.
At times, okay.
At times, yes. Let's see. Yes, like I said, I have some sentences here that can help us get to the definition here. Let's see. Justin grew vociferous in his defense of pineapple on pizza, nearly turning the studio into a debate hall. Vociferous.
Passionate or violent?
Passionate, violent. We are very close with that. I like those.
Passionate to the point of violence.
No, I do like this. How specific you got there.
Oh.
That's what it's going to take.
Okay.
Oh.
But that is not exactly the definition.
I'll take another sentence then.
Okay, let's see. Mamie's vociferous cheering at the Lake Norman Cornhole Tournament got her politely asked to use her inside voice.
Loud?
Loud.
Loud?
Yeah,
yes,
super
you guys are barking up the right tree. The definition I have of vociferous.
Passionately loud.
The adjective, yes, loud, forceful, or insistent in expressing opinions or feelings. Also known as noisy or outspoken.
Outspoken.
So yes, passionately loud. You guys were right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's to the point of violence, but
I would say not. I would say loud or forceful, but not violent.
Not violent.
Not violent.
Yes, it does not say violent anywhere in here. Just starts with a V.
Okay, fair enough. Vociferous.
Vociferous.
Loud for. It sounds loud, you know. Vociferous.
It is. Vociferous. Gets
I'm
you going.
feeling vociferous.
It's a good Monday word.
Stop being vociferous. Panthers.
Yes.
No, we
Maybe
want to
you
be.
should
We
be
would be more
vociferous.
vociferous. Yeah.
Maybe the Panthers are asking us to stop being vociferous, but somebody's got to yell at them.
Somebody needs to after the shellacking that they took yesterday. And again, it started off well, but for the opportunity to have a more cohesive breakdown of the Carolina Panthers game, we've got the opportunity here. And what we're going to share with you is the Panthers update. And this coming directly from the Panthers. This will be our new thing, I think, on Mondays for the foreseeable future. So let's take an inside look as far as the official Panthers update from the Carolina Panthers.
This Panther Update is brought to you by UNC Charlotte.
A week after getting their first victory of the season, the Panthers went the other direction, getting clobbered in New England 42-13 by the Patriots. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
Charlotte's momentum has a name, UNC Charlotte. 32,000 students strong, ranked among the nation's top 75 public universities, recognized at the highest level for research, unmatched access to Fortune 500 companies, built for a top-tier city. This isn't typical higher ed. The difference is scale. The difference is momentum. The difference is Charlotte, UNC Charlotte.
Was that it? Oh.
Patriots 42, Panthers 13 on Sunday.
Be
Carolina
patient.
actually scored a touchdown on the opening drive on a Tommy Tremble 7-yarder. Then would watch New England score the next 42 points, starting with an 87-yard punt return by Marcus Jones. They made it 7-6 in the first quarter.
Jones near the 10, makes the catch at the 12. He'll try to run. Went backwards, breaks a tackle, now has room. He's going upfield. He's got the 40. He's got the 50. Beats the punter. Marcus Jones is gone.
Jones later also added a 61-yard punt return to set up another score. Drake May, the Charlotte and former North Carolina quarterback, was very efficient. 14 out of 17, 203 yards, 2 touchdown passes, one of those to his tight end, Hunter Henry.
May drifting left, throws on the run, completes to Henry. Far side 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown New England, 34-6. Patriots.
Stephon Diggs had 6 catches, 101 yards. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, Bryce Young held to 18 out of 30 passing, 150 yards and a touchdown. Panthers fall to 1-3. Next play at home versus Miami. I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network.
This Panther update has been brought to you by UNC Charlotte. Built for a top-tier city. The difference is Charlotte. UNC Charlotte.
All right, so there's your update from the Carolina Panthers game last night. It did not get any better after the first drive. It only got worse from there, and that was what happened there. Several other sporting events that took place over the weekend. Let's talk NASCAR Cup Series. We'll come back to Charlotte FC. NASCAR Cup Series over the weekend. I believe it was in Kansas. Yeah, following Kansas Speedway. So following Kansas, there was one more race in this round of 12 to where we go to then the round of 8. Are you good? Yeah, let's go ahead and check, get the update from, this is the MRN update from Kansas, giving you the breakdown of how it went down last night.
Chase Elliott scores a surprise Kansas win after last lap chaos. The Monday morning race recap is brought to you by Sunoco. From NASCAR to your car, Sunoco fuels peak performance.
Kyle Larson brings his Chevy in 4 tires Sunoco Racing Fuel.
From fueling NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years to innovating 94 octane, the highest octane on the market. Performance is what Sunoco does. All Sunoco fuel at the pump meets the same top-tier standards as the fuel used in NASCAR.
Here for Blaney, 4 tires with Sunoco fuel.
From the track to your tank, you can trust Sunoco to help your vehicle perform at its peak.
The last lap of yesterday's Hollywood Casino 400 came down to Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin. They tangled in turns 3 and 4. Chase Elliott came rocketing by, making contact with Hamlin to take the win.
Yeah, it was chaos, really. The seas kind of parted. I didn't feel like I did anything super special. It just kept my momentum up, and that just kept lending an opportunity. You know, every corner exit that I had momentum, I felt like I had an opportunity. And, got to go on minute 3. I saw the 11 and the 23 shipping it off in there, and I thought, man, we might have a shot at this thing. So it worked out.
That win puts Chase into the round of 8, and he'll simply go for the win at the Roval in Charlotte on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited about being able to jump the stages. You know, we've been in a position a lot in the past where we have to, pit and stop, and it just puts you in a really tough position. So excited to get there and try to go for another win.
Chase Elliott wins. Denny Hamlin finished second. Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, and Bubba Wallace rounded out the top 5. This Sunday in Charlotte, it will be the final race in the round of 12. The 4 below the cut line are Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Cindric. I'm Mike Bagley. This has been the Monday Morning Race Recap on the Motor Racing Network.
It was one of those great finishes in NASCAR, one of those exciting ones to watch, that if you only watched one lap, it would have been the last one that you wanted to watch.
Shout out Sunoco.
Yeah. Bubba Wallace on the outside, him and Denny bumping back and forth into each other a little bit. Denny then makes the move on Bubba, takes it, but then down low, Chase Elliott just flies through and then takes the win. So it was just one of those moments where your eye was at, right, depending on what part of the screen you were looking at.
Good race.
You either watched the winner or you saw the guy who came in second. So, last lap race. Great to watch.
Good time.
So Charlotte this weekend. I love the Roval race. I'm a big fan of the Roval race. There's people that don't like the street course at Charlotte, but I'm a big fan. I think adding a little bit of something different, a nice way to adapt the oval. The oval is phenomenal, but I'm a big fan of also the Roval race.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
And Charlotte, great race city to go to. So this weekend, you got your chance. You can go to the Roval 400 if you wanted to. that's taking place. Charlotte FC, we'll go and round out the sports here to finish it up here for you, Mabes.
Thank you.
They lost to Montreal, unfortunately. Yeah.
Ended their winning streak.
Yeah,
Right?
1-4 was the final score, so definitely not a close match, unfortunately, on that one. I don't know how much we dropped. We were in 4th previously. Inter Miami was in 3rd, so I don't know how much this moves us down now at this point. I'll have to do an update on that. But generally speaking, still looking decent. We're still excited about Charlotte FC.
Still in the playoffs.
We still are tied for the record of most wins in a row in MLS history.
For Charlotte, even.
So
just Charlotte sports history.
You could just end the season if you wanted to, and it wouldn't make
winners.
a difference. So, also, spoiler: Europe won the Ryder Cup. We don't need to live on it for a long time. We just need to look to next year. We need to say to ourselves, "What do we do wrong? Let's do better next time."
I think 2 years.
In 2 years. I think it's in Ireland next. I believe it's in Ireland next. We had home field advantage this time, and we tried to use it. Gosh, we tried to use it there. If you watch any of those clips from the Ryder Cup, don't let that be the only representation of America that you know. Or let it.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning LKN and zero judgment about your dirty dishes. Spotless cleaning gets it. WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Now is the right time to buy or sell your home. I'm Matt Madison with Madison & Company Realty. With high interest rates, low inventory, and a lot of people moving to our area, it makes people wonder. But we have the answers for you. Call us at Madison & Company Realty in Statesville to help you navigate the real estate market. 704-873-7700. Visit us online at MadisonandCompanyRealtyNC.com. Madison & Company Realty, we've got you covered.
I'll be honest, I wanted to be a diva. Why feel guilty? Let me help you be a diva for a few hours a week. Yes, I'm Andrea, owner of Spotless Cleaning. Our guarantee? It is very special. If you're unhappy, we'll do it again. Still unhappy? Your fee is donated to a charity of your choice. The Docinho de Coco Guarantee. To honor my grandparents, who taught me both a spotless house and time to live life big are important. Spotless Cleaning and C.com.
Lowry Drug is a source for excellent pharmacy services. We have served the Statesville community since 1959. We have attentive customer service, a state-of-the-art...
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can. Good morning.
Excellent. Good morning to you. We're on commercial break right now. Appreciate you taking the time this morning. Say your name for me.
Lauren Hopkins.
Lauren Hopkins. That's an easy one. Just wanted to double check for everybody. Let's see. We have a little over 2 minutes. I'll keep you muted until then. Until we're on, okay? I'm sure you might just see like a picture or a slide up right now. That's for a commercial break. As soon as we get back, you'll see Justin and Mamie. And then, we'll have some fun.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Set your child free. Millions of ADHD kids are misunderstood. The book Extinguishing Einstein flips the script with real solutions that help bright minds thrive. This is a must-read for teachers and parents. Get your free copy today by scanning the QR code on our ad in the August issue of Lake Norman Woman magazine.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
Yeehaw for rodeo season at Harrison's, the home of work, western, and wow. Whether you compete or cheer from the stands, Harrison has the looks to help you wow the crowd. Get western classics in the latest styles from Harriet, Cinch, Rock and Roll Denim, and Wrangler. Find us in Mooresville.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Market strategists at Goldman Sachs are bullish. The thinking is that the nation's economy remains resilient, recession risks have eased, and global stocks will likely do well for the rest of the year. The Goldman team is overweight on stocks over a 3-month horizon. Some vacation plans could be upended if the government shuts down this week. Some popular tourist sites, such as national parks, would have to close. The U.S. Travel Association says the travel economy could lose $1 billion each week of a shutdown. But the Cruise Lines International Association sent an email to USA Today saying the cruise industry would not be affected. The federal workers who support the industry, Coast Guard members, TSA officers, and customs agents would all continue to work. Europe's biggest airline group plans to trim its workforce over the next few years. Germany's Lufthansa says it will cut about 4,000 jobs by 2030. Jeff Bellinger, Bloomberg Radio.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here.
Back like mosquitoes and flip-flops. This is Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 7:34. Nothing like a wonderful opportunity to travel the world.
That's right.
To see things, to possibly live somewhere else if you wanted to. But not everywhere in the world can you just go freely. You've got to be, have some right to be there, whether that be a visa or a passport
Right.
or be a citizen and all these kind of intricate things. And there's people out here that can help you. There's an organization, Your Italian Passport. Lauren Hopkins, she is the founder of Your Italian Passport. She joins us this morning. Lauren, how are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for joining us this morning. Can I ask you, are you a dual citizen of both the United States and Italy? Am I allowed to ask you that?
Yes, you're allowed to ask, and the answer is yes, I am. That's
Wow.
sort of the origin of Your Italian Passport, was going through that process myself.
So Your Italian Passport, you are a licensed U.S. attorney, and you help those obtain their dual citizenship with both the U.S. and Italy. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
All correct, Justin. Yes, that's exactly it. I'm an attorney here in the U.S. I'm located in the Lake Norman area, but I help Italian Americans get a second citizenship with Italy.
Okay, so what was the process like for you when you tried to get your dual citizenship with Italy? What was that like?
Opaque and dark and with no answers to any questions. And so I said, this does not have to be this way. There's got to be a way to help people and shed some light on this whole process. The Italian government, to their, understandably, they're not exactly in the business of helping people in this process. So information that they make available online can be limited or confusing. And so, having navigated those waters alone, I realized, I think there's an opportunity here to help other people.
So, I was checking out your website, youritalianpassport.com, and you walk through kind of these eligibility requirements on your website in as much layman terms as you possibly can. So walk us through, because it seems like the rules are pretty interesting in Italy. It's not necessarily that you had to be born there, but you can have some family that was from there. Can you walk through the process with us a little bit?
Yeah, sure. And that process itself has changed so much in the last year. So I'll kind of give you what was the standard for the last 30 years and then what has happened in the last 12 months, because Italy, kind of like the whole globe, it seems, is kind of having its own nationalist moment, and that has definitely impacted this process. So in general, those of Italian descent, Americans in this country and elsewhere, this isn't limited to just Americans, but people with ancestry from Italy, if it's an unbroken chain of eligibility, which I'll explain that in just a second, can apply for recognition of citizenship by descent, meaning that an ancestor came, they passed citizenship to the next in line that was born. For instance, in my case, that was 4 great-grandparents who then passed it to my grandparents down through my mother. You're probably wondering, this last name Hopkins, how is she related to Italy at all? That's on my mother's side. And so if you have an ancestor who historically it had been, never became an American citizen or did so after the birth of their child, the relevant child in your branch of your family tree, then they were a viable source of citizenship for you. And under Italian law, we had all been carrying latent Italian citizenship that just needed to be formally recognized by the Italian government. I'll pause there for questions, and then we'll talk about what's changed, if you want, in the last 12 months, because it's a lot.
Well, as far as the Italian citizenship, there are some countries where you can't buy right property without being a citizen. Is Italy one of those countries?
No. So in Italy, cash is king. You don't have to be a citizen to buy a property in Italy if you're buying for cash. And there are a lot of fantastic options in Italy, not just €1 homes that we see advertised to us constantly, but some really wonderful things that if you're interested in buying for cash, not a problem. You don't have to be a citizen. You don't have to be of Italian descent. If you want to finance something, if what you have in mind is a gorgeous Tuscan villa and you think, well, I wasn't really trying to cash strap myself over this, I would like to finance this. In general, American banks won't lend to you because the property is outside of their reach, should you default on it or something like that. And Italian banks will say, well, you personally are outside of our reach if you're not a citizen. So Italian banks won't lend to you as a non-citizen without involving, at a pretty penny, a third party European, typically, to get involved, to be the sort of the what holds you to the property and what holds you to the country. So in short, financing is often contingent upon citizenship, but no, cash is king in Italy. So buy away if what you have in mind is within your cash budget.
But you said some things seem like they're changing now in the past 12 months. This kind of nationalization vibe that's kind of sweeping the world right now. So what are those things that you're seeing and probably monitoring, because it's not happening instantly? So what are those things that you're kind of paying attention to as well as these kind of changes are coming about?
Yeah, no doubt about it. So in the last 12 months, we have seen the rules, as I kind of outlined them very briefly, change dramatically. So the rule is currently only children and grandchildren of Italy-born people are eligible, which would make someone like myself currently ineligible. Furthermore, the ancestor must definitely never have become, with a few exceptions, a foreign national, meaning in our example, an American citizen. That was a law that was enacted by the Italian Parliament in May of 2025. So very recent. This is only about 120 days old, something like that. It's being chipped away at by the high courts in Italy. And for instance, the generational restriction is expected to go away in early 2026. And all of those great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren will be brought back into the fold early in the new year. The naturalization issue is a little bit more uncertain because it's in a different court that's not, though it's called the Italian Supreme Court, it's not really that supreme. And so decisions that it issues are just advisory. I know this is sounding like a lot of legal jargon for 7:30 in the morning, but long story short, yes, eligibility has shrunk because Italy was getting over 300,000 applications a year and was saying, we don't know that we can maintain all of this. And what does this look like for the fabric of Italy moving forward? And again, like I said, everywhere, the whole planet seems to be having kind of a nationalist moment. And part of Italy's version of that was to say, maybe we need to curtail citizenship eligibility for everybody in the globe.
So the process, because for those maybe that are in the middle of it, you've done it probably quite a few times, if I had to guess. So what is that process and kind of that timetable? Because if they're changing the rules right now and I'm considering it, I imagine, again, it doesn't happen overnight. So can you brief us on kind of what that process is like?
Yeah, that's a great question. So historically, and still true today, there are really two paths to citizenship. There is submitting an application to the consulates here or the embassy here. So there's the embassy in Washington, D.C., and there are 9 consulates across the country that can handle citizenship applications. For us here in the Charlotte area, our consulate is Philadelphia, if you can believe that. So you would physically, if eligible to submit there, take an application in person and submit to an Italian government official who will review it, process it, and then ultimately issue you a notice that you're an officially recognized Italian citizen. That applied to, I would estimate, about 80% of applicants before the last 12 months have gone on, and the changes that have gone on in those last 12 months. The alternative path has been to go to Italian court, which historically, for a number of reasons that I won't bore everybody with today, accepts more applications than the consulates do. Legally, they can do that because they don't always follow the same set of rules. Now, with all of these changes, it's the 80-20 has kind of flipped, and only about, I would say, as many as 80% of applications are now going to Italian court. You do have to hire an Italian attorney to file that petition on your behalf or on behalf of your family. I do have a legal partner in Rome that does that. So we have been doing that for over 10 years for that, what was at one point 20% of applications and is now as much as 80% of applications. Timeline, best to always think it's going to be about 3 years till citizenship, from the day on which you start until the day in which you're holding a passport. Sometimes it's even longer than that.
All right, your top favorite things about Italy. Go.
Oh, wow. Okay, food. I mean, I guess that's kind of a given. It's, you just kind of eat your way through the country. It's just beautiful. I mean, having traveled from the northeasternmost corner and northwesternmost corner down through Sicily, I mean, it's all different. The landscape is not the same in any two places, but it's equally fantastic. And I think, it's a little bit cliche, just kind of that La Dolce Vita element to it of they just move at a slower pace, and it's kind of fantastic. It can be frustrating sometimes, especially if you're doing something like this where you're wanting attorneys and courts and things like that to move at a reasonably expected pace. But then if you just step back and sort of say, you know what, if I can't beat them, I'll just join them and just embrace a slower pace and get less done, you realize, I think they're onto something here. What are we doing working so much? And for so long and so many hours. So something to it.
We're talking with Lauren Hopkins. She's the founder of Your Italian Passport. If you've got family, might be, you've got eligibility for citizenship there in Italy. Thanks, Lauren, for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical stormy Melda staying off the coast, but still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville kicks the weekend off early on Thursday, October 2nd with the Thirsty Thursdays tournament. Member Happy Hour is Friday beginning at 5 p.m. and Sunday is the Oktoberfest. Call the 500 Club 704-872-9990 for more information on entertainment, golf lessons, memberships, and tee times. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series is in downtown Statesville. The Party Parrot Band, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, performs at 6 p.m. This free show will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College. Food and beverages will be available for purchase after 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of free music at Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. Mooresville's Festival of Food Trucks returns on Saturday. Over 15 food trucks will be on hand with live music by Dial-Up Radio. Bring a chair and your friends along Main and Broad Streets for the Festival of Food Trucks on Saturday beginning at 5 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. NASCAR's National Series return to Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The Craftsman Truck Series race will be Friday. The Xfinity Series holds the Blue Cross NC 250 on Saturday, while the Cup Series races the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. While supplies last, don't miss the Renaissance Festival! Huzzah!
Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Warning, no lifeguard on duty. We're back with more Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48. Thanks again to Lauren. Your Italian Passport. You can travel the world. You can live wherever you want.
Man, retire in Italy?
Do it.
Live that, what'd she call
possible.
it? La Dolce Vita? I don't have the accent.
She is totally right about the European mindset on time, though. Completely different than Americans.
Yeah, totally different.
Super frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, they don't like fast walkers over in Europe, by the way. Just FYI. Not a fan. They'll give you the side eye if you do it.
You a fan of babies?
Oh, yeah.
You a fan of baby names?
Yes.
All right. There's a woman in California that you can hire, and she will help you out with naming your baby. Her name is Taylor Humphrey.
Yes, I've heard about this lady.
What? Did you use her to name Lachlan?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
She will help you name your baby on, I think, vibes on, your hopes and dreams for your baby, the aspirations you set for your family, what you want people to remember your baby for, and she'll do it for $30,000.
All right. Exactly. And her name is what? Taylor?
Taylor Humphrey.
Okay, Taylor Humphrey, number one. I mean, I'm sure you're doing great with your business model and all. I would suggest coming up with a less generic name than Taylor Humphrey, or maybe that works for her. Maybe she's like, my name's Taylor.
I can name any baby.
I want you to have a much more unique and memorable name than Taylor, like every other girl my age. And so I'm going to really help you here.
I guess how this came about, too, was that she hangs out in Cal. She's in San Fran area.
Yeah.
She hangs out with some tech folks or some VC folks. She's at a dinner. She's telling them, hey, I'm doing this new service. I'm naming babies. It's $100. I'll do yours. And like, $100? Talking, this is horse money. We got horse money.
Horse money.
We're here with horse and plane money.
Right.
And you're telling us about $100? Take my napkin. And she says, fine. $30,000.
Now we're talking.
Supposedly nobody
Maybe
even
I
blinked.
do need her insight.
In fact, they hired her, I think, in that
Maybe
moment.
I just need her as a business coach. Like, go from $100 to $30,000 and nobody
Just
blinks.
ask for it.
Oh,
That's
you're
all
just
you
not
got to do.
asking for it.
Yeah. So she literally was at a dinner, and then that's what happened. So I guess this has been like a 2023 study from the Journal of Consumer Research showing that luxury branding, even for intangible services like naming, can succeed in high-income areas. So she took that study and she ran with it, I guess, from 2023.
Yeah.
Now she's charging $30,000 a pop. So
All right.
There are too many Dylans on this road. Housing prices will go down.
It is true, though. 2021.
More Winstons.
Pew Research analyst notes that there was a 15% rise in U.S. parents seeking unique names.
That's because we keep asking ChatGPT for everything. So why not?
Do you think she just does that too? She's got a super prompt.
She's got a better prompt than we do.
In ChatGPT.
Right.
Because is she giving you a list?
No, you can get a simple list.
No, this is the name.
No, I pulled up her
No
website.
takesies, backsies.
You can get a simple list of name by email for $200, but a one-on-one personal VIP package is the $30,000.
Yeah.
So that means you either sit down to her, I guess you get on a Zoom call with her, and
But you have to do it
chit-chat
before
with
the
her.
baby's born, right? She can't look at the baby after and name it because
you got 3 days after the baby's born
to name it.
Yeah,
Unless you can be zooming inside the
first 76.
Yeah. I'm like, here it is.
Just video chat right
Give it
inside
a
the
name.
room, right?
Yeah,
Now,
'cause-
Mamie, what do you want to be when you get older?
Yeah, baby, how do you feel? That spit bubble tells me she wants her name to be Mamie.
Mm-hmm.
the focus.
Yes.
So new service.
Hey, I'll start with a name like Mamie. Why did I not start this service? Is what I'm saying. Like, you want a name that people are never
it's
going to
never
forget.
too late, by the way. I just want you
Amy
to know
with an M.
Never too late.
I'll even give them the little quick device they can always use everywhere they go.
I'll name the baby Lionel.
Just want to know. Yeah.
So it's a boy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you use this service? I mean, it's hard.
Would I use it?
I had the
hard.
opportunity to use it, and I did not use it.
Would you use this service?
I went
Just
back and
the
forth.
list of just the list of names. You get 200 names.
Only for her to tell you.
Exactly.
I was the worst at the baby naming
Yeah.
stuff because
It's
like
hard.
I
when
want the baby to be an athlete. Oh,
See-
that's easy.
See, it wasn't that hard.
I want people
That's
to take
the
him
difference for me.
serious.
I just knew the names, in the moment. I was like, that's a good name, and I just stuck with. I never compromised.
You just felt it
Tried
in the
and
moment.
true. I never wavered after.
Never.
No matter how many times Debbie wanted to talk about it again, I never was willing to.
And did you guys find out the sex of the baby ahead of time?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
The
okay.
moment we could.
Okay.
I was willing to do it earlier if necessary.
Okay.
Can't handle that.
No surprises.
Some people are wild that way.
first and middle name, like done, like set as soon as she suggested them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Done.
kept wanting to talk about it. I kept saying, babe, I thought we decided this.
This has already closed that door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, for me, it was a constant changing of names.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Up until 3 days
I'm not
after.
a sexist, but,
Up until 3 days after, as I'm sitting at the kitchen table, like, I got to fill out this birth certificate. Got to do it.
I'm not allowed to leave until.
No, they let me go home.
LeBron or Katie?
So I'm at home at the kitchen table, like,
LeBron
dang, I got to do it. I got to name this baby. And I've been calling her Katie, but I wasn't sure if that was going to stick.
She's not answering yet.
Yeah. She's not responding. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is going to work. But anyway, I tried the junior thing. It got vetoed real quick. Could be
Mamie Jr.?
Mamie Lee.
There's no Lady Juniors, right?
Why not?
I think there's. I'm not. Wait a second. I'm not saying there shouldn't be, but
Yeah.
mathematically, I don't
Is
think
she
it works,
suggesting
right?
Why don't you think
Why
juniors
not?
should be allowed, Justin?
Why? No, I
Lady
think they
juniors.
should be allowed. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
I said if a man can do it, why can't I?
Why didn't you do it, Justin?
It's a fair question. Noah.
No, I didn't want it.
I do know somebody who just had a baby who's the 6th.
All right, let's call names.
Miles Owen's the 6th.
Oh,
there you
nice.
go. I just shouted him out.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Way to
Shout
go.
out to Mo. So,
Well, if you're having a baby,
I think
Mo.
it's the 6th, 5th
Yeah.
or the 6th.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll probably
if
get
you have a unique name
lashing
for your
at some point,
baby
though.
or fun baby naming ideas, call them into the Home Ad Show.
Yeah, you could do
Get
that.
on that birthday wheel.
I do want to let you know about some international stuff here before. Oh, of course, he hops on the phone the moment I
Mhm.
want him to. Hey, I need you to pull up this article. International stuff going on. There's a new requirement in Britain, and I don't want to get all end of worldish during the 7 o'clock hour. But
Kids are already at school. They're already in the drop off line.
okay, they are. All right, let's see if he can fire this. Hey, I need you to fire that Great Britain one. The one that's talking about Britain and the new requirement there. Whenever you're ready. Go for it.
Today, I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them. And of course, the truth is, we won't solve our problems if we don't also take on the root causes, looking upstream to tackle poverty, conflict. And that is why today I am
So there you go.
announcing
It's going down. UK government basically saying that with no uncertainty, you will have to have a digital ID if you want to work in the UK by the end of the current Parliament. And so it begins.
Okay.
Digital ID is required everywhere.
It's going to be on my phone, I guess. It has to be on my phone.
Or just implanted into your skin
I was going to
somewhere.
say, can it just be a QR code on my hand that I
Well,
just scan?
Likely will be, or your forehead. Somewhere.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Gonna say no to that number. I know those 3 digits.
Yep. No, thank you.
So just heads up on that one. Well, I'm sure we'll circle back on that a few times here as that one continues to evolve. Don't know what that kind of system looks like. Obviously, more and more as it consolidates. I heard some interesting quotes this weekend from Larry Ellison, I think is his name. He is the founder of Oracle. It's one of those 3 mega companies that we talk about in the tech space right now between Oracle, NVIDIA, and OpenAI. Oracle does the cloud computing is what they normally do. Yeah, I don't know what that means either. But that's what in the triangle, the love triangle that they complete, their portion of it. Some interesting things coming out there as far as consolidation of data and making one singular global database as well, complementing the digital ID as well. Some other things that we'll talk about. I got an Epstein update for you, too, next hour as well. We do have Dr. Schmerge coming in, Equity Health.
Yay.
If you need in-home care, if that is something that you've been looking for, Dr. Schmerge and her team, top-notch. Hard
Great
to find
team.
somebody better than that. Equity Health. Looking forward to chatting with Dr. Schmerge, see what's going on in her world. Okay, so y'all know Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I have no idea who this character is.
Not surprised.
He's performing at the Super Bowl in January or
Yes.
February.
It was just announced yesterday or this morning.
Last night
Last
after
night.
Sunday Night Football, I believe. This is why I caught it this morning.
So, yes, I saw that he is going to be performing. Apparently, Adele and Taylor Swift both turned it down.
Good for them.
Couldn't come to terms on money or something. I don't know.
There's not enough.
No. Although Adele as a Super Bowl halftime performer would be just like everybody's in their feelings for 15 minutes.
Why? I feel like that's a name that definitely has performed at the Super Bowl before.
Adele?
No?
Not that I know of.
That's a miss then on the NFL.
No, no Taylor Swift.
I mean,
either,
that maybe
so.
like 10 years ago, right? That would have been.
This is Bad Bunny, by
This
the way.
is Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
So no English, right?
No.
Because he only sings in Spanish, right?
Correct.
He's hosted
He's
SNL
Puerto
a couple
Rican.
times.
Okay.
Bad Bunny's got a great energy about him.
He
I
does.
think as long as everybody's here just to have some fun, I think we're gonna have a good
It's gonna
halftime
be
show.
it's gonna be a party for sure. I wonder
Correct.
if Bieber will come out there and sing.
I
with
hope
them,
so.
though. I hope so.
That would
Is him
just
and
make
Biebs
my
friends?
They got a song together.
Oh, they do?
Who isn't friends with Biebs?
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that he'll appear. So that's kind of the chatter
got
now
till
on social
February.
media. Who's going to be the, who will be the guest co-stars that come out with him? Hoping for Bieber.
So
Maybe
what's this
some-
guy saying right now?
I'm not sure. I think he's saying have a great time with the people you love and hold them close and remind them that you love them.
Well, it's pretty specific for somebody who doesn't know how to speak Spanish.
I only know how to sing Spanish. I can only live in song.
Really translate the singing versions of it.
Then you have to sing it louder.
I don't want to be vociferous about it.
Right. But you're going to need to be.
It's the only way.
Yeah, Bad Bunny's a funny guy. He's been in Happy Gilmore, too.
Yeah.
As well.
Oh, good for him.
So maybe I'm just trying to think about places you may have seen Bad Bunny.
Serving you better than ever before. WSIC, Statesville, W290DK Mooresville, W264CU Statesville.
At Kane Center for the Arts, we believe art is for everyone. From our exciting performing arts series and gallery exhibits to robust education programs and impactful community initiatives, there's something for everyone. Visit Kane Arts.
Targeted attack. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The one at a church in Grand Blanc, Michigan, where a gunman drove through an entrance, started shooting during a Sunday morning service, and set the church on fire, killing at least 4 people, injuring 8.
Police say there are still people unaccounted for. They're digging through the church debris to find more victims.
Fox's Brooke Taylor outside the church.
The shooter, identified as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford from Michigan. He was killed in a shootout with officers just minutes later. He was a Marine and served from 2004 to 2008 with deployments to Iraq.
A former Marine who also fought in Iraq is the accused gunman in a shooting at a waterfront bar in Southport, North Carolina. Fox's Madison Scarpino on what happened.
People were just out enjoying their Saturday night. They were eating, drinking, listening to live music, when all of a sudden, a man in a boat allegedly starts shooting into the crowd. 3 people are now dead, 5 are injured, and officials confirm that the suspect is 40-year-old Nigel Edge. He was arrested not long after the shooting.
And he is due in court today. Tyler Robinson will also appear in court in Utah, though Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin will attend today's hearing via video from jail. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will go to the White House this morning as President Trump pushes a Gaza ceasefire plan between Israel and Hamas.
Details have reportedly include a hostage prisoner exchange, a U.S.-backed Palestinian authority that temporarily governs Gaza, and Israel halting future strikes in Qatar. Now, President Trump wrote yesterday, quote, "We have a real chance for greatness in the Middle East. All are on board for something special. First time ever, we will get it done."
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff at the White House, where after the Netanyahu meeting, the president will huddle up with congressional leaders in both parties trying to avert a government shutdown on Wednesday as Republicans are pushing a 7-week funding extension. Democrats say they're pushing for some reductions in health care. America's listening to Fox News.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words micro. That's pound 250, micro.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
New York City's mayor will not be reelected. Far back in the polls, Eric Adams ended his campaign.
Mayor Adams bowed out of the race, saying he faced criticism, job rumors, and federal charges during this campaign. But he told New Yorkers on social media Sunday,
"Despite the headlines and innuendo, I always put you before me."
Adams did not endorse any opponent, but frontrunner Zohran Mamdani implied in a statement it was President Trump's influence that's determining Adams and another opponent, Andrew Cuomo's future. Mamdani also called Adams a disgraced, corrupt politician. A recent Fox News poll had Mamdani leading the race and Mayor Adams trailing Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa in last place. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Tropical storm Imelda is predicted to grow into a hurricane, but like other storms recently, it's going to turn away from the U.S. and not hit the East Coast. But Fox meteorologist Janice Dean expects
some of those outer rain bands, definitely wind advisories for tropical storm force winds from Imelda as it strengthens and parallels the Florida coast and the southeast over the next few days.
On Wall Street, stocks may rise. Dow futures up more than 100 points, coming off slight losses last week for the Dow and the Nasdaq. The Europeans took the Ryder Cup home, beating Team USA at Bethpage Black Golf Course in New York. On Sunday Night Football, a tie. Green Bay 40, Dallas 40. Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's reaction?
Right now, it's tough for me, guess 10 years in, the first tie I've been a part of. It's hard to kind of wrap my head around it because I know I'd feel a hell of a lot worse if it was a loss.
The Buffalo Bills and Philadelphia Eagles won earlier, the only NFL team still undefeated. Tennessee and New Orleans lost to remain winless. Tonight, there are 2 more games to close out Week 4. In baseball, the regular season ended with 2 teams winning division titles, the Toronto Blue Jays and Cleveland Guardians. The Cincinnati Reds won the last National League wild card, and the playoffs start tomorrow. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. On the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Busy? Tired? Not into big gyms? Try 20 minutes twice a week at The Exercise Coach. Private, tech-driven workouts tailored for you. Across from Birkdale Village, serving the 50-plus community for over 5 years. Sign up for 2 free sessions at exercisecoach.com/Huntersville today.
We're Possum. Fetch, heal, love at Dry Pond Animal Hospital and Pet Resort. From vaccines to vacays, we've got tails wagging and humans smiling. Grooming? You bet. Boarding? Comfy as your couch. Visit drypondanimal.com.
Back like mosquitoes and flip-flops. This is Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, OKN. 8:06. Happy Monday. Happy Monday for some, not for others. Though, not for those that stow away inside of airplanes in the landing gear and die.
No.
That's not good.
I heard
Joe
this
Bruno, I
story.
put this one out. He put out the press release from Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department. Detectives with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department Homicide Unit are conducting a death investigation in the 5,000 block of Hanger Road in the Airport Division on Sunday, September 28th. Shortly after 9 a.m., while performing maintenance on an American Airlines plane that had recently arrived from Europe, a stowaway was located in the landing gear. The subject was pronounced deceased on scene by CMPD's Airport Division officers. The investigation into this case is active and ongoing. As additional information develops, it will be released by the CMPD's Public Affairs Office. Anyone with information about this incident is asked to call 704-432-8477. and speak directly to a homicide unit detective. Detective Murphy is the lead detective assigned to this case. The public can also leave information anonymously by contacting Crime Stoppers at 704-334-1600 or Charlotte Crime Stoppers. For additional information about this case, please refer to the report 2025-0928-0936-01.
People are writing
That's
that down
official.
as they're
Yeah,
driving in
that's
the car.
official.
Got your pencils out, guys.
That's super sad, though.
That's
Stowaway
very sad.
in the airplane.
Very sad.
In the landing gear,
and
too?
Just to prove to you guys, just because it's in the movies, it doesn't really work.
No.
Gosh, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I
That's
can't
wild.
imagine that.
No.
Do you think it's like, sorry to ask these questions,
No, you can ask me.
Is it like a because I hear like sometimes the temperature drops
It's just gets so cold up there. Yeah, I think
big
that's
time.
what it would be.
So it's a big time temperature drop and then oxygen levels, right? Pressure.
I'm sure that the pressure. I'm sure all that has something to do with
Probably
it.
also getting smushed.
Oh, you think that's what it
No,
was? Like the
I-
tire is like.
Oh, gosh,
man.
I hope not.
Sad situation. Sorry.
Yeah, very sad.
Back
Not
to
good.
Justin.
Yeah. Secretary Duffy, he is the Department of Transportation Secretary. He made some announcements to some new rules related to CDL drivers. And we talk about, when we get a inside look at the streets around here, there's a lot of truck drivers.
Right.
So Secretary Duffy made these announcements, I believe, over the weekend as it relates to CDL drivers, commercial driver's licenses.
Today, I'm announcing 2 immediate major actions. Number 1, we're issuing an emergency rule that fundamentally overhauls who is eligible for a non-domiciled CDL. These tighter federal standards, they're going to keep Americans and families safe on our roadways. Now, this is not a proposal. This is a final rule. And it is effective immediately. Jesse's going to go through those details in just a little bit, but here's the bottom line. Non-citizens will not be eligible for a CDL unless they meet a much stricter set of rules. Second, all states must immediately pause the issuance of non-domiciled CDLs until they can comply with our new rules. My message, it's very simple. Get into compliance now, or we'll pull funding and we'll force you into compliance. Nowhere in the country have we found a more egregious licensing situation than in the state of California. That's why the second action we're announcing today, it's an additional enforcement action against California.
So Secretary Duffy cracking down on the CDLs, non-domiciled CDLs. So
What is that? I don't know what that means.
Non-U.S. citizens,
Gotcha.
I would imagine, having their CDLs, and there's certainly a process to it. That's what kind of came from all this was those a lot of CDL drivers who can't speak English, and so they've seen problems in that space, and obviously then extreme, I don't want to say hyperbole, but definitely amplification, we'll say, of incidents involving foreign drivers of CDL
Gotcha.
trucks and deaths, unfortunately, and so that they're trying to curtail for a safety reason there. As far as creating uniform standards, what those standards are now, because it sounds like that they're not saying no more non-U.S. citizens can have CDLs. That's not what it sounded like. It sounds like there's just a little bit more rules going on
Right.
with it as far as who can and who can't. But that's a pretty decent sized change. How that will affect companies here in North Carolina, I don't know. We'll see. But certainly some big stuff. Trump made an announcement on Friday. He declassified a good bit of documents related to Amelia Earhart.
Okay.
Here was his post. I have been asked by many people about the life and times of Amelia Earhart. Such an interesting story. And would I consider declassifying and releasing everything about her, in particular, her last fatal flight? She was an aviation pioneer, the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, and achieved many other aviation firsts. She disappeared in the South Pacific while trying to become the first woman to fly around the world. Amelia made it almost 3/4 around the world before she suddenly, and without notice, vanished, never to be seen again. Her disappearance, almost 90 years ago, has captivated millions. I am ordering my administration to declassify and release all government records related to Amelia Earhart.
Thank goodness.
Her final trip and everything else about her. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Great.
It's perfect. I know. Now I can finally stop
Sleep.
asking him.
Oh, I'll tell you. Now you can rest at night
Right.
Been on your mind.
for my whole life, I guess, because I happened a long time ago.
That's right. Hey, there's a big meeting happening this week too, I guess, with military leaders. Like this is like kind of like a rare one, I guess. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, because it's not like the Secretary of Defense anymore, right? It's the Secretary of War. He was planning a meeting with every general, so at least 1 star and up. So that's like all of them.
Okay.
And I guess President Trump is now planning to attend that meeting this week in the U.S. Armed Forces at Marine Corps Base Quantico in Virginia. 900 one-star general admirals and above are required to attend the meeting. And it's going to be about that kind of culture shift, I guess, from the Department of Defense to the Department of War is what the whole conversation is going to be. So bringing all of the generals from around the entire world into one place to kind of give them an update on what's going on.
This is just U.S. Armed Forces,
US.
though. This isn't like all the military in the whole world.
Just U.S.
Just U.S.
This is,
but
this is a U.S.
even if
meeting
they're
only.
stationed on the other side of the country, they have to come in and come to this
Have
meeting.
to fly in.
They can't zoom in.
Can't Zoom. No digital.
In person.
Face to face.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably talking about some classified stuff if I had to guess.
Come on, the Zoom, it's safe, right?
It's got a
Just
password.
text it. Put
All
it in
right,
the group
guys.
chat.
Earhart's out the bag. Where do we go from here?
Put it in the group chat, guys. This could have been an email.
We gotta put the lid back on Earhart. South Pacific, it was a great story. The American people know.
Sounds like you got some
I
inside
think
information.
somebody else. Yeah, y'all been
so
doing investigative journalism. I took the weekend off. Y'all been working.
She was eating a bucket of chicken. And she figured it out.
We didn't do enough.
2 milligrams of salt. No coriander.
We gotta put the cat back in the bag.
Give it to the nephew.
Just like summer romance, we'll vanish for a sec, then come back messy. What? More Good Morning OKN coming up on WSIC.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Then 110, upscale and elegant, but never pretentious. Over 500 whiskeys, 100 wines, craft cocktails, and crave-worthy small bites. Live music plus monthly comedy nights and tastings. Post your next event at N110, located at 19712 1 Norman Boulevard in Cornelius.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville kicks the weekend off early on Thursday, October 2nd, with the Thirsty Thursdays tournament. Member Happy Hour is Friday, beginning at 5 p.m., and Sunday is the Oktoberfest. Call the 500 Club, 704-872-9990, for more information on entertainment, golf lessons, memberships, and tea times. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series is in downtown Statesville. The Party Parrot Band, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, performs at 6 p.m. This free show will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College. Food and beverages will be available for purchase after 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of free music at Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. Mooresville's Festival of Food Trucks returns on Saturday. Over 15 food trucks will be on hand with live music by Dial-Up Radio. Bring a chair and your friends along Main and Broad Streets for the Festival of Food Trucks on Saturday beginning at 5 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. NASCAR's National Series return to Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The Craftsman Truck Series race will be Friday. The Xfinity Series holds the Blue Cross NC 250 on Saturday, while the Cup Series races the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com. While supplies last, don't miss the Renaissance Festival! Huzzah!
Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Warning, no lifeguard on duty. We're back with more Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, OKN. 8:18. Happy Monday to you. Let's see how everybody's doing now. We're getting closer and closer to 9 o'clock. Might need a note. RideICATS.com. Alternative transportation, $3 each day, each way to commute from Iredell County down to the city of Charlotte. Cruising in the HOV lane with David. Good morning, sir. How are things looking?
Good morning. Things are looking about the same they were last hour. However, there is one major update. About a half hour ago, when I was coming through the lower part of Mooresville around the Lane Street exit, there was a two-car bump up in the HOV lane. Law enforcement was there as well as DOT, and you had your onlookers causing quite a bit of backup all the way through Brawley Road, probably further than that after as far as I could see. Other than that, you pretty much got your manic Monday morning commute coming in, and light, moderate traffic at certain locations. But other than that, still pretty good.
Patient pants required on this Monday. David, you a big coffee guy by chance?
No, sir. I haven't drank coffee in close to 50 years, and I don't plan on starting back.
All right. I don't blame you. It's National Coffee Day.
Well, I need to. I'm sure my wife knows. She's probably chugged down about 2 or 3 of them already.
She drinks enough for the both of y'all, I'm sure.
Yeah, the only time I'll even put a cup of coffee in my hand is if my toes are cold, and I'll put my toes in it. That's about it.
That's a good move, David. I like that.
it.
All right. We appreciate you, sir. Have a great day. Drive safe out there. Look forward to chatting with you tomorrow.
All right. Y'all take care. God bless. Have a great evening.
You too, sir. See ya.
All right. Bye.
RideICATS.com, $1 from your front door each day to run errands around Iredell County. Tuesdays, you can go to the VA in Salisbury. Thursday, you can go to Winston-Salem. Friday, you can go to Hickory, each only for $1 from your front door in Iredell County. You've just got to schedule it, RideICATS.com. Looking forward to talking with Dr. Schmerge coming up at 8:30. Equity Health, if you need in-home care. Probably more and more folks, too, right? Just needing that service so someone can come in. Maybe you don't have the ability to leave. Whether physically, maybe mentally, you just don't want to. A lot of different.
Well, if you're caring for somebody else too, it can make it easier. If you don't have to get them ready, get them in the car, drive them to the doctor. They can just have someone come over to the house and help take care of them. It's so great. But happy National Coffee Day.
National Coffee Day.
Yes.
Does that include both cold and hot?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair
Dunkin' today, free hot or iced coffee with purchase.
Ooh.
I think Coffee Republic is also doing a free coffee with purchase. Probably lots of other places, our local coffee friends around here. So stop into your favorite local coffee shop and tell them Happy National Coffee Day.
Tell them Happy National Coffee Day. Talk to them about the lithium mine that was just found in Germany.
Why not? Why not?
That's what you can do. Supposedly, one of the world's largest lithium deposits was just found. 43 million tons of lithium in Germany. And so now it's kind of reshaping the whole landscape of the world right now. Batteries, what do they use?
Lithium.
And so...
Do all batteries use lithium?
Lithium batteries use lithium.
Yeah, I knew that. I figured that part.
And I think that's what's in the cars. I think in EV vehicles, I'm believing it is... lithium batteries. That's what's in there. The Altmark Basin. Let's see, because Bill took German in school, so let's see if he knows it. Located in the state of Saxony-Anhalt. Does that sound right, Bill?
Yeah.
That is has long served as a key site for natural gas extraction. It's part of the Permian Basin that stretches across northern Germany into Russia, Ukraine, and Poland. And I guess that is where they found a bunch. So I started wondering, okay, so where, we've been getting, lithium for a while. There's a place in South America, I guess, where, that's right, the Lithium Triangle is what it's called, where they normally
Not the same as the Bermuda Triangle.
No, different. A little bit
triangle.
more south, I think. It's shared between Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. That holds 53% of the world's lithium resources. So that's Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. Also where they get a lot of sushi from, Chile. Just heads up on that.
I didn't know that.
Inside information there for you.
Good to know.
But I guess that they have been concerned because of water in South America. Because the mining, I guess, uses a lot of water.
Okay.
And so they're like,
I'm
What
gonna
if
say
we
that
run
makes
out?
sense, but I don't know.
Yeah, they just need water.
You need water.
And so now Germany going to be getting some lithium. Definitely could shift the dynamic of where the purchases are being made, right? Because a lot of that's that relationship, right? As this EV technology kind of dominant situation kind of unfolds, access to the lithium to make the batteries that powers all of this technology is certainly important.
Right.
And so now how quickly, from finding lithium to like mining lithium, does it go? I'm going to guess a couple years.
How long does it take from finding it to like digging it out of the ground?
Yeah, and then like using
And what does
it.
lithium look like? Does it look like that diamond from the other day, or is it like I don't know what it is?
Silver.
Is it a
Purple.
solid, a liquid, or a gas? Because they might. I just found out they mine natural gas too. I guess they just find the gas and trap it in a can and take it somewhere.
Or a jar.
I don't know how they do that. So anyway, I'm interested to find out.
I think it looks kind of like coal.
Okay.
If I had to describe it, it's kind of gray, dark.
Okay.
Looks almost like charcoal that you've already burned in the fire.
Yeah.
kind of
So
a
if
look.
I was digging and I found that, I'd be like, this is just old dirt, and I'd probably throw it to the side. I wouldn't know what I found.
Natural lithium itself is rarely seen, as it's highly reactive and found bonded in minerals like spudamin, which you can get at McAllister's too. So, can get you a good spudamin.
Yeah. That is good.
You ever had a spudamin from McAllister's?
I have actually. You get it with like some, you can get some.
Bill and I used to go to
Roast beef on it?
McAllister's quite often.
Yeah.
And
I went to McAllister's phase for a while.
I think and it was purely for the spuds. What
Yeah.
would you get? The King Spud? Is that what it was called? The King?
One
it was
that
something
had, like,
ridiculous.
It had like meat in it too. It was really good though.
Yeah, that
Sure. Yeah, but it was like a full. It looked more like what's that purple? The eggplant. You look like one of those.
Yeah.
Correct. It was a lot.
So get
Yeah.
some spudamine with your natural lithium.
Okay.
Top that with some lithium, would you? Put some chives on there too.
Yeah, chives. Definitely chives. Some leeks on there too.
Have you heard of Guardian caps?
Guardian caps. They're the like anti concussion helmets, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. So the NFL had made the rule that starting, I believe it was the end of last season, players could wear the Guardian caps during games.
Yes.
It had been just practices.
I've noticed this year. I've seen them more on the field this year.
I noticed it last night. I caught a couple of plays of Sunday Night Football. I think Golden, is that his last name on the Packers? I'm waiting for Bill to nod. Golden? He's acting like he can't hear me right now. I'm pretty sure that's a player's name on the Packers.
We'll say it
Noticed he
is.
was wearing it.
Okay.
It just made me started thinking because they've obviously adapted the Guardian cap to where it doesn't look like a shower cap anymore, right?
It's
they've
the same
come-
color as your helmet. It's just a little
It
taller.
blends.
Yeah.
It didn't stand out astronomically. It just when he got the touchdown and then they zoom in on, I'm like, wow, his helmet looks kind of different. Like, what's
Yeah.
up with his helmet? So I started researching it. So the Guardian caps, I'm just wondering why don't they just have all the players wear these?
I was
don't
wondering the
understand.
same thing too.
Like, what's the big
Or
deal?
why don't they just incorporate that to the inside of the helmet then? Or this is just the helmet.
It's like the black box in the airplane argument all over again.
Like that, I was about to say the same thing. Why don't we just make them all out of the black box? Yes, I was about to say the same thing. But yeah, just make everybody's helmet. This is the new NFL helmet. It's a Guardian helmet.
So I noticed it on Golden last night. He plays for the Packers, right, Bill? Golden?
Sure.
He got a touchdown.
That's the confirmation you needed right there. Sure.
They zoomed in on him, and he was wearing one.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on these Guardian caps, Bill?
They are.
They don't look like this photo you're looking right now if you're watching on the WSIC News app right now. They don't
You're
look
saying
like,
they don't look like
No,
this.
they've come. They're much more shrunken down now. The in-game ones are
Yeah.
smaller.
They just blend right. They even have like the logo and stuff of the helmet on it. So it just looks like a taller, bigger helmet.
Yeah. It doesn't look like one of those caps you put on the baby that falls over all the time.
Right. Yeah. I'm all about player safety, I guess. I don't really have a stance. Haven't really thought about this much.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have one of those on, I don't know if football's like.
Does it
I don't
make
know
your
if we
head
should be
heavier?
playing football. Not that. I mean, these are strong guys. They got strong.
So it's not going to make their head.
Ball
like,
ain't heavy.
No.
Helmet ain't heavy.
Okay.
It was I think it was one of the Pittsburgh Steelers guys that wears.
I'd be
one.
willing to throw my head in more if I had one of these.
Well, that was one of the interview clips I saw from in the locker room. I don't have it, but it was one of the Steelers players, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I wear it. I just get the little headaches when I wear
okay.
it,
Right.
so I don't get the big headaches anymore.
Okay.
When I wear the cap. So obviously, we're just gonna act like that doesn't exist anymore.
They're saying Romeo wide receiver number 87, Green Bay Packer.
Golden.
Romeo Dew is what they're saying his
Dew?
name is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a different one.
Yeah.
That's somebody else.
It doesn't mean that Golden doesn't wear them.
Golden is a real player's last name in the NFL.
There is a
on the
Golden
Packers.
Tate. I don't
Savion
know.
Williams also wears them. He's a Green Bay Packer. I'm trying to help you out, pal. I don't see anybody else on here. I don't see a Golden, but
Matthew Golden.
there you go.
Oh, Matt Golden.
Yeah.
He had him on
Yes.
last night.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Is that what
Shout
you
out
were, you
Matt
were
Golden.
confirming whether or not the player was?
Talking
I
a lot of
appreciate
Matt
that.
Golden
I
talk.
like that. Research.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
we
talking
do.
about.
The deepest
That is
level of
teamwork.
research. Deepest level of research happening on Good Morning LKN. No, it's I think it's good that they're wearing them though. Better than getting your
it's a
your
good
bell
option.
rung over and over and over.
I don't disagree. I don't understand why the NFL just hasn't said, "Hey, everybody wear these things," because then you can at least only all get the little headaches, not the big headaches,
I love
and
that
then
that's
we're a
the
little
reasoning.
better, you know? Because the big headaches probably lead to what's his name from the Chargers, Seau. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly what you're talking
You remember what happened?
I do.
Because he went a little crazy in the head
Yeah.
from getting hit in the head too many times.
Sad story, yeah.
Super sad story. You don't want to do that.
We'll be right back with more Good Morning LKN and zero judgment about your dirty dishes. Spotless cleaning gets it. WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Bob McIntosh here with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Serving this community has been a collective passion of our law firm since 1997. We offer the quality legal services and results you would expect from a large downtown firm, but with a personal, community-focused approach right here at home. The McIntosh Law Firm, your local legal resource.
To learn more about the McIntosh Law Firm, visit McIntoshlawFirm.com.
Harrison's is the home of Work Western and wow! For nearly 30 years, our family has been boots on the ground when it comes to work. We have the largest selection of in-stock boots in the Carolinas and the best workwear brands like Harriet, Carhartt, and Wrangler. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
'Tis the season. Bloom large at Drum Landscape Supply, your one-stop shop for everything you need this spring. Don't waste time running from store to store. Flowers, trees, mulch, and more. They've got you covered. Plus, they deliver. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com today.
Take your life by the reins and let the horses at Willow Equine heal and empower you. Located in Mooresville, our services help with trauma, anxiety, depression, and addiction. Love life again. Visit willowequine.com today.
Are you sick of running out of hot water? Whether it's in the middle of a shower or doing dishes, cold water's never fun. Say goodbye to those surprises with a Rinnai tankless water heater from GMV Energy. This energy-efficient propane-powered solution heats water instantly, so you'll never run out again. Plus, it saves money and frees up space. Propane models start at just $295 after rebates. Visit any G&V Energy location or gbenergy.com to learn more.
Life is filled with uncertainties. Your career, your health, your relationships. So how can you plan for your future if separation and divorce are on your horizon? Eileen Stoner, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst at Morgan Stanley, can help. And the great thing is, she's right here in Lake Norman. To make an appointment with Eileen, call 704-896-9138. The use of the CDFA designation does not permit the rendering of legal advice by Morgan Stanley or its financial advisors, which may only be done by a licensed attorney. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Kane Center for the Arts. We're more than a venue. We're the heart of creativity in the Lake Norman region, bringing exceptional visual arts, performing arts, and unforgettable gallery experiences to our community. Discover the difference. KaneArts.org.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. OpenAI is launching parental controls for ChatGPT. The announcement follows a lawsuit alleging that a teenager who died by suicide this spring relied on the popular chatbot as a coach. The tools let parents limit the ways teenagers use the chatbot and receive alerts if ChatGPT determines a teenager may be in distress. Boeing and the Union for Striking Defense Workers have agreed to resume negotiations with the federal mediator in a bid to end a strike. The walkout started nearly 2 months ago. So far, the 3,200 members of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers who work at Boeing's St. Louis military hub have rejected 3 management proposals. Futures point to a higher open to start a week that will be dominated by a series of labor market reports. Friday brings the September jobs report, but in the mix this week is the risk of a U.S. government shutdown. And stocks closed higher this past Friday, snapping a string of losses. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Don't miss a thing. Download the WSIC News app today. WSIC. Local starts here. Good morning, LKN is back with more shenanigans and spotless cleaning support because this show's messier than your kitchen. WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, okay, an 8:34. Happy Monday to you. Dr. Schmerge of Equity Health joins us in studio now. Dr. Schmerge, earlier when we were promoting, welcome on the show, when we were promoting the show, you coming on, Mamie made the point of how much of it is people that have parents or relatives that are aging and really wanting to explore, okay, what are some of those in-home kind of care options? How much of it starts with the, I guess, let's say, younger, healthier family member that reaches out to you guys at Equity Health?
I would say it's almost the entire time. Like most of our referrals come from there, of a caregiver who's young. And by young, I mean like in their 60s or 70s, caring for an aging parent. And they reach out to us to say, what are my options here?
You got to plan.
Yeah.
It's one of those, and that's
Yes.
a tough conversation.
It is a
to
tough
have.
conversation, but it's an important conversation to have because you don't want to get to the point where your loved one's incapacitated or you have to make these decisions at the last minute.
Yeah. Advanced care planning is what we call it in healthcare. And planning is the most important thing you can do. And it's not just for an aging loved one. It's for you and me. You have no idea what's coming your way. People get diagnoses all the time in their 40s and 50s, sometimes 60s. And so it's really important to have those conversations. I like to have them frequently and often. As a healthcare professional, we try to have them every 6 months. But even as a person with, my parents are really young, but they're in their 60s. And so I try to have those conversations of what do you want? What is, how do you foresee your life when I have to be your caregiver? Because at some point, everybody needs a caregiver. So, you have lots of options. So do you want to go to like a skilled nursing facility? Do you want to be in like a long-term care setting? Do you want to stay home? What are your choices?
In the advanced care plan, okay, if I go to a facility, right, I imagine we're going to pick a facility based on my decrepit needs that my body's going to have at some point, right? But if we're in home, that seems a little complicated because it seems a little bit more to navigate. What's that like for you guys, and how do you step in and help in those scenarios?
Yeah, and that's something we do exceptionally well. So care navigation is one of the big things that we do. And how do you know what your resources are in the community? How do you get the care you need? How do you help even plan among family members? So my grandmother right now is in her late 80s, almost 90, and has
Sheesh.
8 daughters, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And so you have to decide, how are we going to care for her? She has always made it known that she wants to stay home, to be in her home. One of your choices is, I don't want to go to the hospital anymore. And most of my patients, I would say over the age of 85, choose that. Mm-hmm. They say, please don't send me to the hospital. I'm good. I've had a wonderful life. I really just, please let me go, and let nature take its course. The problem is your children never choose that option. They always choose, I want you to live as long as possible, even though that means more care burden on them.
Well, go ahead,
No.
Rose.
So let's say, like you said, your grandmother has 8 children, right? My mom was one of 6, my dad one of 8. But let's say that you don't have this huge extended family. Then how do you create that plan for somebody?
Yeah, so you have to decide who do we have, and then how much resources do we have, or how much money do you have? Because all of these things are very expensive. So there's lots of companies that provide in-home care, anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours a day, all the way through 24/7 care. And, it's been really fascinating for me professionally because no matter how much money you have, it's still a really hard thing to find people that you want to take care for you. And it's been the one time that no matter what your resources are, this is still a really difficult time. And no one talks about it. No one talks about, what's going to happen, who's going to care for me. But yet most of us will spend an entire decade of our lives in this place.
We as people, right? And this is maybe just my opinion, but we kind of seclude ourselves, right?
Yeah.
More and more and more and more and more, especially as our body begins to deteriorate, and we think, hey, I don't want to be whether that's you don't want to be a burden, or maybe you have a burden relationship at some point, right? Something like, my family doesn't care about me. There's probably a lot of that. What's that relationship side like when you go into somebody's home?
Relationships are kind of everything, and all of life, relationships are everything. But you really get to see how the kind of person someone was by the amount of people, the amount of community that surrounds them. And it's always fascinating to me. I mean, neighbors care for neighbors, older people care for older people. It's really, really fascinating. So it's interesting to watch, honestly.
And so for those that maybe are exploring those options right now, Equity Health, how does y'all's process work for those that are maybe interested in the services?
Yeah, so we go into your home. So you call us or somebody calls us and we get all your insurance information. We bill insurance, so you don't have to pay out of pocket for our care. And so we come to your home and we have all those discussions. We try to have that conversation first. So one of our first conversations is, what are your medical wishes? Do you want to go to the hospital anymore? Do you want antibiotics anymore? Do you want a feeding tube? There's, so many options to sustain life. And then we have to make that decision. And then we try to revisit that conversation frequently. But usually that in that first conversation, we identify what are your needs. We have an amazing social worker on our team, and she helps navigate all of the choices. She helps get people placement if that's their wish. She helps us stay home if that's their wish, and then really organizes all the care around, what are your needs in the home.
There's a lot of estate planning that happens for some people too. Do you guys cross over and work with estate planning offices and attorneys and those kinds of people?
We sure do. One of our little skinny networks is all the estate planners in all the different areas. We're in 20 counties, so we have lots of folks that we can refer people to, but that's a huge thing. And an interesting thing too, as you age, people start to change their mind and do different things. And one of the things you have to be really careful of is, are you able to change your mind? Are we doing this when we're really sick and not really decisional, or are we changing our mind at an appropriate time?
So you talk about having the conversations, right? I'm not going to say that I'm stubborn, but just say that maybe somebody like me, you want to have that conversation. What's a way to start it? To say, like, you're not coming at someone thinking like, I don't think that you're capable of taking care of yourself, or let's just have the conversation. Let's start the conversation. Any tips on that?
Yeah, anytime you can answer for yourself or even have a conversation, even folks that have dementia or some cognitive impairment are usually pretty great at this. You can have the conversation, you can let it be known with the family, but I usually start by, hey, it's my job to help navigate your end of life decisions and what would happen if you can't answer for yourself. So I just need to know you can change your mind at any time, but what are kind of your wishes right now? And this is kind of a living document. We sign most forms. We do all kind of things that, are kind of more technical healthcare terms, which is your medical decisions at the end of life. And so then if we want to change our mind, we can. If we want to have this conversation, we can have different conversations. But we do try to have the conversation usually kind of one-on-one and then involve the family too. So we can help with the family.
You can help navigate that conversation with the
yeah.
family too.
Yeah.
You mentioned the insurance side of it. I imagine Medicare, Medicaid, is that because with the age, probably
Yep.
with the stage of life people are at? How does that come into play?
Yeah, we have a ton of Medicare Advantage too in this region. So so a lot of people have like an MA plan. So like United Healthcare, Humana, Cigna, we take all those insurers. But yeah. And we can even bill for that, advanced care planning conversation. So we get to have it, and they encourage us to have it pretty often.
I imagine that's one of the reasons why people probably hesitate to do it, because they just think it's so expensive,
And they're
they
not going to be
wonder
able
if
to
they have
afford it.
coverage.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So you can help navigate all that with people as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what's the current status of Equity Health Team? You've been growing, you've been adding people, you've got locations, you also go in homes. Give us kind of the full skinny on everything Equity Health right now.
Yeah, we've doubled our team over the last year, so it's been really incredible. Added some most amazing people. We were kind of a tiny team at first. We went from 5 counties to 20 over the last year. But yeah, so we've just been adding more disciplines and more people who can help navigate these kind of conversations, as well as broader, all-encompassing healthcare. We really provide everything you could want in primary care, but in your home.
And so end of life is one aspect, but you mentioned primary care.
Yeah.
That could involve almost any age, I would imagine, for
It does.
folks.
Yeah. So we have 2 bricks and mortar clinics, and those, we take all ages there, but we also, the bulk of what we do is kind of in-home primary care, where we go out to your home and see you and send clinicians out to your home in order to care for you.
Now, some people might be weirded out. Do I need to vacuum before you come over, wipe off the counters, clean the cat box? What do I need to be doing before your team arrives at my house?
Yeah, and we try to give dignity in all those decisions. So if you want to have a conversation with us on your front porch, we do that.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I don't have the effort to clean today, I can't do this. We've seen it all. So, anything you can possibly imagine, we've seen. So please do not be embarrassed. We've done it all. So, but we're happy to help.
But I do love what you've said before too. When you go into someone's house, you can really see how they're living, right?
Yes.
Especially someone of advanced age, or if they're living alone, you can kind of see, okay, do they really have everything they need to take care of themselves at home?
Exactly right. Yeah. So it's always fascinating to me. Of one of the things that's pretty heartbreaking is, do you have enough food?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get you resources to have enough food? Because grocery shopping itself becomes hard.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate all these things? Those are healthcare needs. Diet or food is really important.
Time catches up with all of us, and it's better to plan, better to have that conversation, even as difficult as it is. And there are options out there. There is resources, and Michelle Schmerge and her team at Equity Health can help take care of you. EquityHealthCares.com. That's the website. Growing team, growing services, able to help you, meet you where you are. EquityHealthCares.com. Dr. Schmerge, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Just like summer romance, will vanish for a sec, then come back messy. What? More Good Morning LKN coming up on WSIC.
Well, kicking off a new work week around Lake Norman, tropical storm Imelda staying off the coast, but it's still going to throw some moisture our way, some clouds, and scattered rain around for our Monday. So don't forget the rain gear heading out as you go throughout the day. High temperatures stay locked in to right around 70. Even some showers lingering into Tuesday before we dry it out. Get back into the mid-70s and dry the rest of the week. That's your forecast. From the WSIC Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The 500 Club in Statesville kicks the weekend off early on Thursday, October 2nd, with the Thirsty Thursdays tournament. Member Happy Hour is Friday, beginning at 5 p.m., and Sunday is the Oktoberfest. Call the 500 Club, 704-872-9990, for more information on entertainment, golf lessons, memberships, and tee times. The Piedmont Healthcare Friday After 5 Outdoor Concert Series is in downtown Statesville. The Party Parrot Band, a tribute to Jimmy Buffett, performs at 6 p.m. This free show will be held on West Broad Street in front of Mitchell Community College. Food and beverages will be available for purchase after 5. Bring your chairs and enjoy a night of free music at Friday After 5 in downtown Statesville. Mooresville's Festival of Food Trucks returns on Saturday. Over 15 food trucks will be on hand with live music by Dial-Up Radio. Bring a chair and your friends along Main and Broad Streets for the Festival of Food Trucks on Saturday beginning at 5 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. NASCAR's National Series return to Charlotte Motor Speedway this weekend. The Craftsman Truck Series race will be Friday. The Xfinity Series holds the Blue Cross NC 250 on Saturday, while the Cup Series races the Bank of America Roval 400 on Sunday. Click on charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets and information.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, October 4th through November 23rd. A non-stop outdoor family adventure! Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
Stay up to date and find out about local events, job opportunities, real estate information, and more. Visit liveworkplaylkn.com and sign up for the weekly newsletter. That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Back like mosquitoes and flip-flops. This is Good Morning LKN, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Good morning, OKN. 8:48. Happy Monday to you. Thanks again to Dr. Schmerge, Equity Health, equityhealthcares.com. One of those tough conversations to have, but time catches up with us all. Better to have
It's
it in
necessary,
advance.
right?
It is. And it's realness. It's definitely realness. That's good to have. Some other realness that happens Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. You hang out with Patrick Reynolds, host of the Home Ad Show. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. That is realness.
Yeah, it's about as real as it gets.
Yeah.
You get some real calls on there, too. Some deep emotional stuff, too.
No
sometimes
bots.
on there.
Yeah, no bots.
No bots.
Yeah,
No.
that's all people,
All real
emotions. They want to talk.
Yeah.
Share. I
About
like it.
1,000 calls a month happening on the Home Ad Show, and that's a lot of people to call in with buying, selling, and celebrating. You celebrate birthdays and anniversaries with folks every day. 10:45, you spin that prize with us, but sitting behind Mames all morning long here, and that's an exciting stuff. Back to some NFL, Mames. I know you want to talk about
I
it.
can't wait.
Sports ball.
So NFL announced a multi-year commitment to play a minimum of 3 regular season games over 5 years in Rio de Janeiro. And that's in Brazil. And that's going to start in 2026. The league will again return to Brazil in 2026 to play its first regular season game in Rio at Maracana Stadium. And so the international is really leaning into this year.
Yeah.
It's this year in particular, they are really leaning into growing their international population or fandom in the NFL. Am I a big fan of it?
What you think?
I don't mind other countries playing football. I guess let me say it that way. I don't mind in the other parts of the world liking football. Do we need to travel over there and have the NFL play games over there so they can get more money? Does that make my experience any better? Not really. I mean, I guess it's cool because I can watch football at 8 a.m. instead of 1 p.m., waiting till 1 p.m.
I would say that's probably the big win.
You watch it at 8 a.m.
But I don't know if Rio's going to be
Rio's going to be our time zone.
Same
Time zone?
Same time zone.
Yeah. So no different
So no
there.
benefit.
No benefit.
Helps you when they play in London, in Germany.
Yeah.
That's
yes,
about
we
it.
like that.
Yeah.
Football all day.
I think
Okay.
there's only like an hour difference to Brazil. I think there is a little bit of
They
a
don't
difference
do
from the
the
East Coast.
daylight saving, so it's
Yeah.
sometimes it's the same,
Good
sometimes
point.
it's different.
They're actually
point.
3 weeks ahead.
3 weeks
So
ahead.
you have to play your
So I can bet on the game.
But
Is what you're
week
telling me.
8 matchup you'll play in week 5.
But it is summer down there when it's winter up here, so you
right.
got to think about that,
The whole
what you're going to
equator
wear
conversation.
to the game.
Right.
Yeah, I just wondered, like, would you guys like to see kind of like how soccer does, right? Where you have your U.S. teams and you have your international teams and they all play each other for like the World Cup. Would you like to see something like that for football?
Well, the reason why I think we haven't is because traditionally nobody can compete with the United States
That's it.
Then
in
winning,
this sport.
then I say do it because I need to win something.
I say we could still have a world champion. I mean, we do it with the World Series.
But this isn't a Rio
With baseball.
team.
World Series.
Right. We're just playing in
We're
Rio.
just playing.
We
yeah.
play no other planets, and yet we still win the World Series. as
Correct.
other countries. So,
Yeah.
Other planets are
They're
can
invited.
enter.
Yeah,
So we
they're
could-
invited. They
Now,
just never
like
come.
soccer, baseball has an argument that there are other countries with players that are better than United States players. Some of the best players in the MLB are foreign players.
Mhm.
Shohei Ohtani is, spoiler,
Yeah, he's
not born in the U.S.
He's not U.S.
You're not Kansas
Can he
kid?
even speak English? He has a translator.
When
it's convenient,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Selective English.
Yeah, but would you, I guess, yeah, them playing in another country doesn't mean that there's a team in the other country.
No.
I guess I'm just throwing out another scenario. Would you like to see other countries and then like U.S. versus
yes,
the world?
and I think you'll get a little bit of that with the Olympics and the flag football.
Flag football, that's
so
right.
You'll get a taste of it there.
Okay.
I'm
Be
thinking.
interested to see how
I'm
that
thinking
goes.
the players in the NFL might like it. But I understand the travel and that can be daunting. But the Pittsburgh Steelers in particular, so their house, they were in Dublin. Was it? Was that this
Ireland.
past weekend?
Yeah, Ireland Sunday morning game.
So they were playing in Dublin. Here's the house that they were staying at. It was the Carton House. It was built in 1739. It's an 1,100 acre estate.
That's the same year the Steelers started.
It's a 5-star Fairmont hotel. It's got 2 championship golf courses. It's got a spa and Michelin star restaurant. The Steelers took over all 169 rooms.
Good for them.
I just feel like there's a lot of like delicate things in there.
Yeah.
For football players.
For football
to be touched.
players.
Right.
Just smashing.
Right. They just grab something and just their overall strength is
Yeah,
just
like this chair was built 200 years ago. You cannot sit in it
right.
when you weigh 300 pounds.
And so again, the
nice spot though,
which the Steelers or the NFL or the fans of Steelers and the NFL paid for them to stay here during their trip.
Now,
over there,
if Dublin had a team and this is where this was like Dublin's practice facility, that would be cool.
That would be cool.
Now
They just maintain the
parts of
property
Europe
as well.
have these very old estates like
And
this.
I'm going to say that. Like in the United States, 1739 for an estate is the oldest thing you've ever stayed in. There, it's like, yeah, it's just a couple hundred years old. It's fine.
What is it? Manchester United has one of the largest stadiums, I think, in the world and oldest stadiums in the world. And so you think about that in the Europe and that nostalgia. But does that add anything for U.S. NFL fans? Again, does this matter at all? Because some people are mad, right? If you're a Steelers fan and they're playing at 8 a.m. and you're on the West Coast.
Well, especially if it was like supposed to be a home game, for your team, and now it's just one less home game. I understand what the NFL is doing, and I think it is like necessary, I guess.
You got to grow.
You got to grow. That's what the markets and the economy's built on, and everybody's retirement stuck in the markets. So we got to grow. So this is what it's going to come down to.
Is there a country that you'd like to see them play in? Like, I feel like why not just go to all the countries? You know, what does it matter? You just go to all.
Go to every country, like
Do
the
a
Amazing
world
Race
tour.
NFL version.
Yeah, we got the Ice Bowl in Moscow.
Yeah. I like it. I would be a fan of that. It'd
Packers,
be like,
Giants, Moscow.
yeah, just keep naming out random
It's the
countries.
2050 plan for the NFL, right?
Correct.
We're gonna
I
hit
think
all,
that's the way we're actually heading. There'll be no more games in the U.S., only overseas for a whole season.
just to get more money.
Just more money.
That's what I'm curious about is where's the cap? Is that how much do you go overseas? You do one novelty, okay, you do two, and then like where do you end? Like Bill said, is like one of those teams lost a home game.
Yeah.
And if you're paying for season tickets, I was like, one of you lost your money.
If any other country is poised to get an NFL team, a franchise, and have a legitimate game and stadium and team and all that, I think it's Mexico. I think that's the most obvious. It's closest to the United States, obviously, within the same time zones as the United States.
You don't think Canada gets one?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Too weak. No,
I thought the NFL's American company need to be Americans getting the jobs. Can't take our jobs. I need NFL jobs.
It's North America.
Need NFL jobs. Okay.
If it was not for football,
ain't but
I would not be
32
playing
quarterbacks.
football today.
And I say that because that is at least culturally the culture that is getting the most love in a lot of this. They even had during the draft, right? They were live from Mexico in certain picks.
Right.
Also now, if you've noticed at each broadcast of the NFL game in Telemundo, they now are announcing that they are going to have it in Espanol.
So maybe that's the next expansion for teams that are in Mexico.
It seems like the place where they're trying and looking at the most. Yes.
Are you in favor of that?
Doesn't matter to me really that. I guess let me say it that way. At
If
the
they
end of the
announce
day,
it, are you going to be like cool or like?
if they said
fine?
we're moving the Carolina Panthers to
No. 4 new teams.
Costa Mujeres Luchadors.
4 new teams, all in Mexico.
Okay.
They're just going to be
They're
part
going
of the
down.
regular
just at,
of the
like franchise expansion.
expansion.
in the
Yeah,
NFL.
4 new teams.
That division, I think it would be NFC
South.
South, yeah. We're
South.
in the NFC South. That'd be like NFC really South.
South.
It'll be interesting because I don't know the rules of, okay, when we're talking about expansion teams, is that a current owners are the only voters of that? Or is it a front office Roger Goodell move
Roger Goodell
that has?
move, uh-huh.
If it's Roger Goodell, he's probably picking international rather than more U.S.-based teams.
Yeah.
If I'm the ownership group in the NFL, I'm wanting more U.S. cities on that list. Unless I've been shown a spreadsheet by the front office that shows so many commas,
You can
I don't
sell
care.
your team for this much.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
exactly.
care about my people
Yeah.
anymore. That's the other side of it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm saying I'd be for it. I'd be like, exciting. Yeah. Another team for Panthers to play.
Beat up.
I was going to say
whoop
beat.
up on us.
Oh, no. Brand new team. Maybe we'll give it a chance.
okay, but throw this in the mix. You throw international teams in there, and can players be traded to those international
They're
teams?
part of the NFL. Yeah. Yeah. You can trade.
That
you can,
changes the dynamic, I
They're
think.
part of, they're just like every other team in the division.
I think you're trying to force players to move to other countries. I think that changes the dynamic. That's different. You know,
It does happen in baseball, though. You know, I know they only have a few Canadian teams,
Yeah.
but
You're proving my point right now.
Yeah.
This
Right.
is exactly why the NFL will not stand for it. Exactly.
Okay.
And baseball's doing it.
Right.
So,
Oh, they don't want to be like baseball.
speaking of baseball, October is on Wednesday.
yes.
Yeah.
They say that's the
World
biggest
Series?
month in baseball, right?
Oh,
I think
playoffs start.
baseball regular
Starts
season
tomorrow.
just wrapped up. Yeah.
Yeah. ended yesterday. Playoffs start tomorrow for
Correct.
Major League Baseball.
I did have a chance to go to a Charlotte Knights game this season, and it happened to be the last home game of the season with the Charlotte Knights. It was cool to watch. I will say that. It was fun. There was fireworks after the show. They try to do the, I like baseball in the sense of they do not the baseball part, but the games they do, right, in between outs when they change pitchers in between innings.
Lots of fun fan interaction.
A lot of fun fan interaction.
They do a good job at the Knights games with fan interaction. Doesn't feel like you're there for 8 hours.
I don't want to be the negative Nancy on it. I think, though, watching the capacity of seats and how many are open at Knights games, I don't think Charlotte really has a chance of getting an MLB team. I don't think that there's enough there.
You'd be surprised, though. So there's some other Major League Baseball stadiums that just
empty.
Sit empty, yeah.
Yeah. Well, because they have baseball games at Tuesday at 11 o'clock.
Right, random Tuesday in Miami. What do you want to do?
12 games a week
watch the
sometimes.
Marlins? Yeah.
Right.
So that's my take on it. I don't see Charlotte getting a Major League Baseball team. I don't think that there's enough clout.
I would say
for it.
Raleigh would.
I think Raleigh
win
wins as far as North Carolina goes.
Right.
I think Raleigh would beat out Charlotte. I just don't think the fandom's there enough to make it happen.
Agreed. You got to support the minor league, but to prove that you can support a major league team first, I think. And we don't let empty seats at a Knights game. But I love the Knights. But yeah, how often do we really go?
You know who proves things to me each and every day?
Who?
The Home Ad Show.
Do
audience.
they?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Whether you're buying, selling, or celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, you're hanging out with Patrick Reynolds. 844-STUDIO-4, 844-788-3464. That's the number you call if you want to buy, sell, or celebrate. 10:45. That's when that prize wheel gets spun. That's 9 to 11. The Home Ad Show, Monday through Friday. 11 o'clock today. It's Monday. Thrive Here Live. The town of Huntersville giving you the inside what's going on in their town, what they're doing. Growing like crazy. A lot of things going on downtown. Pretty cool. Noon to 3, Todd Starn Show. 3 o'clock, you got All Things Sane with Jason Sane. 4 o'clock, Local Biz Now. Joe Vagnone, 30-year business broker. Have a great day, my kid.
Serving you better than ever before. 105.9, 100.7. WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.